All right, guys. I hope everyone is doing well. So, I wanted to talk to you about how to read an article efficiently, because it seems like some of you are having a hard time reading videos efficiently. So, in this, I'm going to talk about two techniques: skim and then scan. Feel free to use the chapter thingies down below, it makes it easier. The first thing we're going to talk about is skim. So, skim is a top-down approach. What that means is it's supposed to be, you're going from a wide area of knowledge to a very narrow point. All right. So first things first, when you start to skim an article, you need to look at the title. Learn how to become rich. That's, and what you're supposed to do is start to activate your brain and think about what you know. So this is about how to get rich. So what are some ways to get rich? Go ahead and start thinking about these. You can get rich through, the lottery, through good jobs, through inheriting money, investing, real estate. There's lots of ways to get rich. Truths that can help you set you on the path to financial freedom. So I got the idea. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on, hey Bacon, I'm going to focus on some very specific things. The first thing I would always tell people to do is to read the first paragraph, the entire first paragraph. Building wealth can be one of the most exciting and rewarding undertakings in a person's life. Aside from providing a more comfortable day-to-day experience, substantial net worth can reduce stress and anxiety by freeing you from worry about putting food on the table or being able to pay your bills. So, right from the jump, I've read the first paragraph and it's given me an idea. This isn't necessarily about to be rich. This is about how to reach independence, financial independence, which is not necessarily rich. Then what I would say is should read the first sentence of every paragraph. Any things like this where it says note. Yeah. Any notes you need to do. Maybe headlines: study success and those who have achieved it. Great. Realize that more money isn't the answer. Pay off debt, save and invest. Bottom line, don't worry. Okay. And then how rich are these people? Well, how much money do you need to be rich? Okay. Now that we're at the end, we should read the entire last paragraph. The median house net worth in the U.S. was $118,000, including home equity. By that measurement, have more than $118,000 makes your household richer than most American households. You can also calculate what it takes to be rich by taking income into account. If you divide Americans into quintiles by income, the top two quintiles, meaning the top 95 and 90% of the population, have net worths of $200,000 and $608,000. Having net worth fall between these two figures puts you in line with the top earners in the country. So now we know how much it needs to be rich. We know that some of the ways, according to this, are ways to move to financial independence and or rich, pay off debt, save interest, and realize that money isn't the answer. Study success and those who have achieved it. Reading the notes. If you don't know where to start, make it a financial priority. Think about these kinds of things. And that's basically it for scan. Now I've got a rough idea what this article is going to tell me. The article is going to tell me about how to go from financial independence to being full-on wealthy. Next comes scan. So scan is you need to start reading in more details. Now, one of the things I usually tell my students is when you scan, you should read the questions first. Read any test questions or any kind of study questions the teacher gives you beforehand so that you know what to read for. And that you can just you can just match it from the question to the article. Unfortunately, in my class, I don't let you see the questions beforehand. So you just have to go ahead. So that brings me to another point. One of the things you should start to do is think about what are questions that Richard would ask. What question would Richard ask? Right? And keep that in mind when you're reading. The other thing you need to do is develop a hierarchy of questions or words to look for or information to look for. I recommend going with nouns, people, place, and things. First, start looking for people, place, and things. As you go through, start looking just for people, places, or things. And this will give you the details. All right, that you should start to look at. Building wealth, planning, people, place, things. Still no people, still no place, still no things. An investor. Here we go. So here we are, we see a name or a place or a thing. This is actually a company. And they take a sip of Johnny Walker or Guinness. A portion of the money that paid for the drink makes it back to them in the form of a dividend. Okay, so I understand that money going to this company, if anyone in the world drinks, this company gives a little bit of money to the shareholders. Okay, same thing with Disney. Okay, so it's important to become a shareholder. Got it. Study success in those who have it. Looking for people in the United States. If you're all right. Pay off debts, great. Oh, still no people, place, and things. Got it. Bottom line, don't worry. Great. People, place, and things. So here we go. People. We've got Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos. Yes. And then, yeah. So this would be Elon Musk. This would be Jeff Bezos, and this would be Bill Gates. All right. So we've got names. What's the next thing you should look for? You should look for any data. If you see numbers or dates, anything like that, you should study that sentence. If you see blues, that's probably a good idea to study it also. So vocabulary terms. All right, so I would reread this sentence. For others, it's more like a game of their passion of wealth building begins with the first dividend check. What is a dividend check? I don't know. So you can click it and find out. A dividend is money paid by a stock company to the person who owns the stock. Yeah. And it tells you this from a stock they own. Interest deposit from a bond they acquire, something like that. All right, keep coming down. Anytime you see words in quotation marks, the glass floor, that's also a sentence you should study. This is part when grandfather have so-called glass floors beneath them. All right, so they just fall down because of, yeah. All right. Employees, the goal is to make your employees work hard. All right, oh, numbers. Oh, okay. Millions of dollars, great. Anytime you see a footnote, you probably should read that one as well. Financial freedom. All right, 10 years to be rich, 10 years, 10 years. Read those sentences. We've already done this paragraph, and we've looked at this, and we've looked at budgeting at $25,000. 6 months of living, maybe he's present. Live paycheck to paycheck, and they don't understand why this is happening. Oh no, why is it happening? The problem is inside the check. It's their spending habits. So true, so true. All right, here's a lot of blue, so I should probably spend some time with this. And so, and the presenters, by the way, these are the things that you should be presenting about and looking outside articles about. All right. So after I go through, I will quickly read this and I will think about that. And I didn't have to read the whole article. I got the idea just from focusing on the specific things that are important to me and important to reading. I know this was a quick video. I hope it helps. If you need any more questions answered, please let me know.